guys, in today's video we're going to be checking out and building another Rick and Morty build set from the folks over at McFarlane Toys. This specific one is Ants in My Eyes Johnson Electronics. It's 40 pieces. It's recommended for ages 14 and up. Included with the build set is Ants in My Eyes Johnson. Looks like his arm is partially on fire. That's actually one of my favorite. If anybody wants to know what my favorite Rick and Morty episodes are, one of my favorite one is Rick's minutes, which Rick changes the PVR so that it basically can play any episodes from alternate realities and all that kind of stuff. And there's this episode or this commercial for Ants in My Eyes Johnson Electronics, which basically it's a salesperson trying to sell you on the sales of the store. All the while he can't see anything because he's got ants all in his eyes. Hilarity ensues. But this is it's 40 pieces. There's the back of the box. The other episodes or the other characters are You Can Run But You Can't Hide, Spaceship and Garage, Smith Family Garage Rack, The Discreet Assassin, and Evil Rick and Morty. Coincidentally enough, also, if you'll notice everything on the back here, I've done all these videos. All of them. I've finished. This was the last one I had to find, and I had the hardest time trying to find this set until I just happened to go to Toys R Us, and these are of the smaller boxes. I just kind of peeked around. They had a whole bunch of the you Can Run But You Can't Hide, and then sure enough, I found one. Because my alternative was probably to go on eBay and try to find the other one, but luckily I didn't have to do that. By the way, this set, as I open this up, the set cost me about $9. I think it was like $10.99, so it's not overly expensive. I think it's a fair, reasonably priced build set if you're looking just to pick up some Rick and Morty builds. Here's your pieces. A nice crisp manual, I like that. And then your minifigure. Yeah, we're not cutting away on this one. We're just gonna open this all up now. Here is the minifigure. I wonder if his feet will fall off. Yes, they do. Perfect. Get the feet back on there. Again, I don't know why the feet are so loose. Look at this. So loose. I almost dropped the foot. Let's put that in the socket before that happens. Before we build the set, here is the Ants in My Eyes Johnson. Literally, he has ants in his eyes. I think he's like, everything is black. I can't see a thing. I also can't feel anything either, which is one of the send-offs. He basically sets himself on fire and he can't feel anything. It would also make for a fun alternate figure if they released this guy with, like, you know, all red and then he had the fire all over him. Just a possible way to reuse this mold. But a great looking figure. He doesn't seem to have near the rubbery head that Rick had. So again, I don't understand why that changes so often from figure to figure. He seems to also have fairly dense plastic arms. Again, not rubbery. So I don't know why Rick had to specifically have that. If you've seen the other reviews that I've done. Okay, so his posability before we get to the build. His head rotates, arms rotate, hands rotate, waist, legs, and feet. Just mindful that the feet don't pop off on you. I also specifically quite like the fire that's projecting out from his hand. As you can see, he's got his hand on the stove. That's not going to end well. Good looking minifigure though. Oh, and there goes the foot. Oh, I just knew it was gonna happen. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me go grab the foot. Where'd it go? There it is. Almost got sucked into the black hole. Don't know why the feet have to be so excessively loose, but nonetheless. Now this is going to be a pretty straightforward build. Oh, and there's an alternate arm too. Cool. Let's get the alternate arm out first. By the way, Hank is joining us on this review. There we go. Dump out the contents. And if you want a regular, let me just get the hand into the socket here. If you want a regular Ants in My Eyes Johnson, you can just pop the arm out, which apparently is not the easiest. There we go. And you can put in regular arm. I appreciate that. I like that. I just wish it wasn't as difficult to do that. Oh, And you know what they actually did wrong? I just noticed that now. His human hand, or his unburned hand, was in the wrong arm. It was supposed to be like this, because his arm obviously is catching on fire and burning. It should not have had the human hand in place. Just spotted that now with my little eye, my one tiny little eye. So let's get the regular arm back in place. Again, a few little nitpicks. The paint, by the way, on him is pretty clean. I don't have any issues with him. Not nearly to the level of the Rick and Morty characters, which have been, some of them have just been better. Some, I should say, some worse than others. Again, I know they want to use the same torso piece, but I just don't like how this is a front piece and it's separate from the torso. Just, you know, go the whole mile, man. If you're going to make a figure like this, just make one torso piece and call it a day. Don't have people putting plates on the front, putting them on the wrong way, having the viewers tell them in multiple times you put them on the wrong way. I had that happen. And as for your build, that's it. That's all we've got going here. It's basically just the floor and just the stove. That's all that it is. So I'm going to move Ants My Eyes Johnson over. I'm going to dump out the contents. Making sure, of course, we have every last drop of piece in there. That's going to go to the side. We, of course, did get our plumbus. There it is right there. Now, they have made a Rick and Morty, not McFarlane toys specifically, but they have made a Rick and Morty ray gun as well as the portal gun. I'd like to see them do a larger, it probably would make more sense to have it plush, but a larger, plumbus. I think that would be kind of fun, just as a plushie. But it's come with every single set. This one, no different. Then we got ourselves the instructions. Let's have a look at it. Oh, and you'd think by now I would learn that there's probably stickers involved somewhere. Once again, I bend down, I pick up the stickers. There's the stickers right there. And let's go ahead and get this built. Now, this is probably going to be pretty straightforward. It would be idiot-proof, some would say. We'll get that attached like so. I'm going to take the single peg. That's going to go to the top. Take another smooth piece. That's going to go like this. And a piece like this. This will probably be one of the faster builds. Much to the relief of some individuals. They're probably like, yes. That's going to take not as long as some of his other times where he talks way too much. Okay, so we're going to take this piece. And I think it goes just like this. And then that's going to go onto the bottom like that. Again, like, look at the pieces, though. They don't stay very well inside each other. It's really, really loose. Not that that's going to make a big deal, because I am technically, after all, going to be putting this all together. So it really shouldn't matter, but it's just a little observation that I have. Then we're going to go ahead and we are going to add this piece. I think this is right. I hope this is right. Let's just double check here. That's going to go, oh, is it going to go like this? Oh, I guess that's the back of the stove. The instructions do seem a little on the vague side. I push on, though. I push on. Get these little small gray bricks once again. If you want to call them. I guess they're kind of a dark gray. Borderline black. That's going to go like this. And that's going to go... That's going to go like this. And again, these gray pieces do not want to stay on. That's going to go like this. And then this piece just stays underneath, hopefully. But again, like look how that just, I can turn this, how loose that is. Quality, I would say, is not one of the best on these build lines. Even though they've really got some great, build sets. Like McFarlane, that is. Between this and the South Park, they've also got Steven Universe, which I can't really see myself picking up and building. I have to really like, I think, the property in which that they're releasing. If it's based on a property I really don't follow, I don't know if I would see myself actually picking it up. If you guys would like to see me picking up the South Park sets, though, let me know down below in the comments section. Okay, this is the back. This, by the way, is the back portion of the stove, and it's going to go like that. It seems really small, but then if you put it next to the figure, it looks like it's probably going to be the right size. This is going to go in the middle. There we go. And then we're going to put these on either side. And this is going to be what holds the burners. And the burners would just go on top. Just like that, and just like that. Of course, it doesn't really look much like a stove yet. We're going to have to add, oh, once again, there's a breakdown of the plumbus for your viewing enjoyment. Flip the page once again. This is now where we're going to add all the stickers. And the stove, once again, the little gray part has fallen off. Now we're going to add some stickers. Let's first start with the burners, because I feel like they may be the hardest thing to put on. Very, very carefully, very, very carefully. It's a small space after all. I'm going to put that sticker on first. And then we are going to grab this sticker, which looks like it did not come off from the backing. There we go. And that's going to go right there. Just like that. Maybe I might want to straighten that up a bit. Yeah, I saw it too. I want to straighten that up, make that look a little bit more presentable. It's a very, very small space after all. There we go. Your two burners. Now we can add the back of the stove. We're going to peel that sticker off. And it's got $40. Was marked down from $100. And you got your little dial controls. That's going to go to the back. I want to just make sure that this is all kind of straight first. And then that's going to go right across the back. There we go. Kind of wish that that was all one piece so you didn't see like the little line impressions from where the stickers fit over top. This is going to go obviously to the front. That's where you open it up to get to the oven. Thank goodness he didn't open up the oven. At the rate that he was going, he was already setting himself on fire. You open up the oven, the whole place could have gone down. And we're going to take the sale sticker. That's going to go on the other side. Pretty much everything now that we've built, we're covering over with stickers. The only part that really is now visible is the front, the top, I should say, and the back. But you're really not going to see the back. And your very last sticker is going to go on the other side. And it's going to say sale. Sale. No, actually, it's not going to say, it's going to say free. I was still thinking of that side. Free. Sale and free. Let's put the foot back on the bottom of the stove. Quickly apply it to the base before it falls off. And it kind of sits on an angle. There we go. So there's your stove. They've actually at least given a peg point for the Answer My Eyes Johnson. And despite all the efforts, oh, I just dropped the foot again. Despite all my efforts to try to take the arm off, I'm going to try to take this arm off again. So difficult. There we go. And I want to put the flame hand back on. I know. I said I was going to switch it, but I figured if it sets the scene better. There's one foot. The other foot is somewhere on the floor. I'll have to retrieve that. It just looks better, again, putting it with the arm over top of the stove. Finally finding the foot. This is what the completed set looks like. Not only was it one of the simplest builds, but I would have to say it's one of the more enjoyable builds too. I really like how it ended up turning out. It's not perfect, far from it. In fact, I would say one big ongoing problem that I'm having with the McFarlane stuff is the quality. Not only do like feet not peg in properly, they fall out from time to time. They change out materials like rubber arms to plastic arms. This particular one, the Answer My Eyes Johnson Electronics, is one of the better sets because at least the figure looks like he's relatively without quality issues. Here's what the back of the set looks like. I love the property. I love Rick and Morty as a whole, but I gotta say, I think McFarlane has a bit of a way to go to kind of fix some of the problems, some of the quality problems that I'm noticing with these build sets. This is probably one of the better of the sets, like I said, with quality and stuff like that, and no paint, and just problems I've noticed with the other build sets. But it still definitely shines some light on the fact that I think they really need to fix some of the quality problems. Despite that, though, it's still a really fun looking build, and I'll put this out on display with my other Rick and Morty sets. This actually is as well the last set that McFarlane has released so far of the Rick and Morty line. I can only hope that they release more. Let me know down below who you would like to see in a future build set. Certainly there's a lot of different characters to choose from, but let me know down below who would you like to see in a future Rick and Morty build set. In the meantime, today we were having a look at the McFarlane Toys Rick and Morty. This was the Ants in My Eyes Johnson Electronics build set, which I think turned out pretty good. We'll go with pretty good. If you guys like this video and certainly want to see more videos like this, hit this video with a like. If you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you hit that little button down below that says subscribe. You'd be surprised what it actually does. No, it doesn't give you chocolate coins wrapped in gold foil. But what it does give you, though, is the entryway into this channel where you can always see where new videos, and new videos will always be posting up. You can always see when those new videos are going online. If you guys also want to see more Rick and Morty build sets, I know this is technically like the last set, but I've got a whole playlist specifically for the Rick and Morty build sets. So go back and check out the older videos. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you comment in those videos so you guys can let me know what you think of those individual sets. And more videos are coming your way. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.